Essentially, I will never accept that this is Ushio. It is a shadow, right? It can be its own character, but it will never replace the original. That is all. Oh, it's you. Let me guess, you're here for some more summertime render. Yeah, of course you are. Is that all I am to you? Some machine that just churns out reactions for your benefit, for your entertainment? Huh? Is that all I am? Truly? Nay, I say. Today? I say nay. But I also want to see the next episode, so yeah, let's get right to it, shall we? Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and you, and welcome back to Summertime Render, episode 12. And boy, is episode 12 probably going to be a doozy, as the kids would say. Previously, on episode 11, we were left off on, well, let's just say, we were left off on a pretty tense situation with, essentially, Shinpei and Ushio Shadow and Mr. Soul kind of captured, but not really, but kinda. And they are being taken by Tokiko, who is also a human, but working for the Shadows. They are taken to the leader of the Shadows. Forgot the god's name, but basically the mother, right? The leader of the Shadows, who is also the god. I kind of forgot the name of the god, I'm not gonna lie. Most likely we're going to find out probably some lore, some history of the island. And then probably at some point, I predict Shinpei is going to kill himself somehow. Probably. But I suppose we shall see. Okay. The mother of shadows. This little girl. Obviously, she's not a little girl. Jesus. Stop being dumb, fuck. Soul, Mr. Soul.
Shinpei. お前やったんか。牛を殺し、身を殺し、島を飲み込んだ化け物。あれがこの島の神様だって。こいつはずっと。
So what we're saying is that Shiori's shadow was always her. Interesting. So they're being like all, you know, surprised and shit, but like to me, I'm thinking, so they can just kind of disappear anything? I thought they could just disappear like things that are already shadows transformed. But I guess they can like disappear just any item, like they do disappear bodies. But like I always wondered like how, I don't think that's been explained, has it? I mean, how do they just make bodies disappear, right? How do they like, you know, just you know, explode them out of existence like they do with leaving like the black mark on the ground? How do they do that? Where does it go? What is that? Right? I don't think they ever explained that. We've talked about copying and stuff like that, but like, what is that thing that they do where they just disappear, make them disappear out of existence? I don't know. Maybe they talked about that, but I just don't remember. But I don't remember. I thought, oh, I guess they said that they cremated her, but they didn't. Huh? Huh? Oh, in other words, she's already dead, and that's just a shadow. Okay, so she, I guess, yeah. I was wondering like what Tokiko's reason was for helping them, other than, you know, being kind of brainwashed by their father or something. The reason is stupid, essentially. She's completely in denial, thinking that that's their mother. In reality, it's not her mother. And she's so like broken that she actually believes that that the mother is still alive, I guess, and has just completely been swallowed by the like she has to believe that her mother is still alive, otherwise all the deaths that are on her hands, probably, otherwise all of that would have been in vain, right? Like she has to believe that that is her mother, otherwise if she accepts that it isn't, even though she knows that it isn't, but if she accepts that, then all of this has been for nothing, essentially. Still wrong though, and you know, not a fan of that. And you see, this is exactly what I've been talking about, right? That is not the real Ushio, and this is exactly why I was talking about how the shadow is not the real Ushio, right? It's not the same person. You can treat the shadow as an ally, sure, right? You can treat them as another being, sure, but you cannot say that it is the same person, because it's not. And the moment you start thinking that it is, well, now you have a massive problem. If you think that this is the real Ushio, even though it's a shadow, if you consider her to be the real one, then the whole thing where Shadow Shiori, I guess it was the god Heine, let's just call him Heine, what she said about, you know, the shadow becoming the original, that is true. So you cannot consider them, you cannot consider Ushio Shadow to be the real one.
メだ。牛尾があいつに食べられて消えるなんて、そんなことあってたまるか。
It's also I guess I'll just keep watching.
の数秒間は身動きができなくなる。ハイネも例外じゃない。
That you know of.
牛尾今やプリントしろ。待ってたね、その言葉。くらえ。
お怪我は？
つるわしの食事を横取りしよった。
なんで？影に逆ろてバカなんですか？死ぬだけですよ。勝てっこない、絶対に。
私の知ってるトキちゃんはこんなこと喜んでやる子やない。あいつは利用してるだけや。トキちゃんたちの弱みにつけ込んで自分の空腹を満たしたいがためにトキちゃんの気持ちもてあそんでる。それを納得して生きてけ。神様かヒルコ様か知らんけどな、人間なめんな。
It's funny, the shadow is saying that. Okay.
なんだ、もはや人に擬態する必要ないってか。最善の手を打つのなら俺は牛尾に首をはねてもらって今すぐループするべきだ。
Oh, now you're thinking about killing yourself.
実際そのつもりだった。牛尾を危険にさらす戦闘は避けなければ。でも止めるべきなのに俺は牛尾を止められない。
I cannot. The white lines are getting to me. I can't.
全く同じ気持ちだからだ。人間なめんな。
Cool scene, sure. Like a little bit of bullshit, okay? I believe what they said was if you do enough damage to the shadow on the ground to kill them, then they'll die. I don't think Ushio Shadow punching the shadow on the ground would make the shadow just explode. That's why they need a sledgehammer. A sledgehammer would do enough damage to a normal person to kill them, and so that's why they use a sledgehammer to smash the ground, right? I suppose we can assume that it was like a magic super punch, right? Shadow punch. Nice. Good. Good. Now,
ここまでです。今、新兵君のこと食べようとしたでしょ。
だってこいつらわしの食い物を。
だってじゃあり
it's kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. I expected her to be the mastermind and be like, you know, the super old, knowledgeable, like leader being, right? The shadow leader type of character, but like fucking just acting like a fucking child. It's kind of annoying. Not gonna lie. Expected more. Like I don't like that.
これは食べたらダメですよ。大事な人質ですので。
しつこい。分かってるっちゅうねん。
ご心配なく、ミオちゃんは生きてます。ただし、あなたたちが一歩でも動いたら、このまま頭を生卵のように割っちゃいます。
おい、
Do they not like can the mother can Heine not sense Shinpei's you know, eyeball power? You know, time travel eyeball? Because they could before, right? So I'm surprised. I mean, I guess we'll just keep watching, see what happens.
どういうことも何も、どうせみんな明日までの命ですし。
何を言ってんの？明日夏祭りの最後の食事でハ イネの体を治す。お母様を生きられるようにするんや。あとは今まで通り。それがお父さんの計画や。そうやろが。
島田家には大変お世話になりました。でもそれももう終わりです。
裏切ったの。
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it would be so much cooler if Heine, the little girl mother, was talking like this to them. Right? I feel like that would be so much more intimidating instead of this other random shadow monster. I don't know. I just wish the mother, the mastermind, the leader of the shadows would be speaking to them like this instead of this other weird monster thing. I mean, maybe they're all the same, who knows, but just a personal preference.
裏切ったの。みんなをどないする気。
お父様もすべて了解済みですよ。
All right. Now it becomes the question of how to kill yourself, Mr. Shinpei.
大丈夫か？すごい血や。
辰村、よかった。彼は人間や。僕はここまでや。ごめん、お姉ちゃん。龍之介、拳銃はどうした？
多分落とした。銃を抜いてよ。奴らに撃とうとしたけど転んで、俺そんで走って、そっからもう分からへん。
逃げて正解だったな。
え？
君に頼みがある。私はもう歩けない。だから私を運んでくれたまえよ。
ああ、今すぐ病院に。
違う。この洞窟の一番奥へだ。
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember because it's been kind of long since we've had a loop. I'm trying to remember is this the same loop still, where Shinpei went and told Chizuru about the time travel loop, right? Is it the same loop? He went, told him about the loop, the time travel. They went and attacked Shiori, right? Won that fight. I'm not gonna lie, some other bullshit happened. Right, they went back to the house, and then fucking Ushio Shadow showed up, and then they went to investigate the phone thing, right? They saw the memories, and now right. It's all been the same loop, the same timeline. Because I was wondering if Hizuru still knew to kill Shinpei if it comes down to it, which she probably does. So that's why she's probably wanting to go here to then kill Shinpei to loop. Okay.
牛尾、こっちに来い。ゆっくりとな。お前ら、許さん。
許さなければなんです。ミオちゃんが知りますよ。来なさい。
やめろ。そいつに手出すな。お前人を食いたいんやろ。だったら俺を食えよ。
かっこよく死のうなんて無駄なんやから。
See? And now I'm guessing he won't be able to go back in time without the eye.
逆じゃ。むしろ成長しておる。ただ消すんは失った。頭を直してつこちゃる。明日は人手がいるからの。
See, Heine is so much better when she's talking like that.
こやつの力を消すのは無理か。
Oh, okay, that's interesting. It seems like the power has somehow melded with him already.
高次元の視点から時間の流れを俯瞰し、いくつ 君は君の観測した世界を事実にする力がある。今この世界は君がレンダリングしている。まさに
Is it the thing? They said the thing!
神の力です。しかし君にはその力を使いこなせてない。死という自意識の消失がなければ作動しない不完全なもの。だから要するに最後まで君を殺さんかったらいい。
Yep. Yep.
簡単なことですね。
See, once again, they're in a situation that they shouldn't have ever put themselves into. And this is why Shinpei is just a bad player. You know, he's a noob. I told you this was a massive mistake, and now now you're screwed, right? Yep. No, you didn't break any promises. The person you promised is already dead, by the way. And once again, let me guess. Let me fucking guess. He's gonna get saved by Hizuru shooting him in the head. Or something. Right? And it's always... It's again gonna be complete fucking coincidence. Get fucked. Well, at this point, look, all I'm saying is that we're almost like halfway through the show, right? I think it's time, at least after this, once he gets saved somehow or he kills himself somehow, let's be honest, he's gonna do that somehow. I'm hoping he actually starts thinking and not putting himself into these positions. Because as I said, right? As I said last episode, this is a mistake. Coming down here was a massive mistake. And it turned out I was right. He essentially takes way too many risks.
もう少しで新平君を殺されるところでした。これでもう我々の邪魔をする者はいない。ありがとうございます。何？
二人とも聞いてくれ。俺たちのうち誰かが死んだり取り返しのつかない怪我を負ったりしたら俺はすぐにループしてやり直す。
お前が自分で死ぬってことか。どうやって？
その時はこれを使う。
それ証拠持ってきたんかよ。
この毒薬致死量。
Who does it? Who cares what the lethal dose is? Just drink it all.
飲んだら確実にいけるな。
ただし苦しむぞ。
ああ、使うことにならんよう祈りよ。
君、死に慣れてますね。まさか新兵軍、何回もここまで来てますか？
俺は何遍でもやり直す。そんで最後にお前らを倒せ。絶対や。
そいつはもうよい。見よ、こやつ。さっきからわしの侵食を押し戻しよるわ。でかい。命かけてる時にテルパイヤ。あいちゃー。こやつ逆にわしを侵食しとる。まさか貴様が卵か。
Huh?
わしごとで構わん。連れて行きよった。
Okay, so what you're telling me is that she's going back physically, basically. Well, as much as physical as a shadow can be, but like, you get my point. She's somehow. How does this work? No one knows. No one has a clue.
大丈夫や。もう離さへん。
ごめん、シンペイ。私のせいでみんなが。
Again, let me remind you, Not the same Ushio, not the real Ushio. Let's not forget, okay, this is not the real Ushio.
まだ後ろは見やんでいい。今だけ見てろ。奴らを倒す。たとえ俺の命が尽きてもな。
私何回でもどこへでも行く。新平と一緒に。
Not the real one, by the way.
つまり君はタイムトラベラーだ。
はい。
はい。
はい。今、未来から戻ってきました。
Interesting. Okay. So a couple of things. Okay, I'm just gonna let it finish. Okay. So immediately, if you look at this, not only did she come back, but also we see the hand mark as well. Interesting. Very interesting. Which means it could be possible for Haina to also somehow go back in time, or through time at least, just like she did. Because like if this mark, I don't know what you would even call this, like a shadow imprint or something, if this goes through, then there's a physical component of the time travel. You would think usually just the mental, Shinpei's mental goes back to his earlier body basically. But now with this mark, it's almost like this shadow imprint thing also came somehow. Another thing that I'm a little bit surprised about is that this is where the next loop starts. You're telling me from them walking up from the pier or harbor or whatever, walking up from there, from the beginning of the last loop, from there to here was only 15 minutes, is what you're trying to say. They said fifth loop. I'm trying to think here. The first loop he woke up on the boat, then started the second one. Then he woke up on the pier, which was the beginning of the third one. Then he woke up on, like, halfway up from the pier. That was the beginning of the fourth one. And now the fifth loop is beginning here. But again, you're telling me from the pier all the way here was 15 minutes, is what you're trying to tell me. I kind of disagree, right? Like, I'm pretty sure if we established that every loop, or between every loop, is 15 minutes, it goes 15 minutes, further every single time. There is no shot. It's 15 minutes from the last loop's beginning to here. There's no way only 15 minutes passed. They went to the goddamn funeral, right? They looked at the funeral for a little while. Then they had that little, like, eating time, right? That food where Shinpei went to talk to the guy who then gave him the encrypted message, right? He decrypted the message, called the phone number. Then the old guy here picked up, told him to go to a certain point, did the sniper test, right? Shot his shadow to make sure that he wasn't a shadow. Then he came all the way up the mountain and then met with them, right? There's no way all of that happened in 15 minutes. So what the fuck is going on here? Did more time pass? Because these are important things. Now you might say, well, why am I caring so much about this? These are important things. Once you establish certain rules in a time travel show, you have to keep following those rules. Unless, for instance, in the next episode they say, well, normally I've been moving up 15 minutes every single time. Why did I go 2 hours forward this time? And then they might add another rule, like if I bring someone along, or if I do something specific in the loop, then if I die and I go to the next loop, or the beginning of the next loop, then I go 2 hours instead of 15 minutes. So unless they bring it up next episode, or somewhere in the future, and then they add another rule on top of the existing rules already, then this just kind of doesn't make sense. Finally, I'm gonna leave this off on a little thing that I think might happen in the future. Something that I really hope that doesn't happen, okay? I think what's probably gonna happen, maybe in some form or another, is that Ushio's shadow will somehow like transfer all the memories, or like somehow like everything she is and her life essence or whatever into Ushio's real body or something, and then she'll come back to life, and then Ushio's shadow will like, it's basically Ushio's shadow will sacrifice her life herself to bring the real original back to life, which I hope does not happen. I think if they're going to do anything, it should be that, you know, Ushio had died, the original one. Essentially, they become friends with the shadow, and they accept that it's a shadow, it's not the original, and then she becomes their friend. She doesn't have to be the original to be their friend, right? Essentially, I will never accept that this is Ushio. It is a shadow, right? It can be its own character, but it will never replace the original. That is all. But yes, that was episode 12 of Summertime Render. They definitely didn't learn enough information to legitimately say that the risk was worth it, personally, in my opinion anyway. And I'm hoping that, yeah, from now on, Shinpei will take more care not to put himself into a game over position. But I suppose we shall see next time in episode 13 of Summertime Render. Next time.